Episode 15. A 2-carat blue sapphire. Yogananda then proceeds in the same chapter to inform his readers of yet another healing story. Only this time it concerns a young boy named Sasi, who was also somewhat rebellious and who in time suffered for not obeying his guru's instructions. It was my proudest privilege to bring college friends to meet my guru. Many of them would lay aside, at least in the ashram, their fashionable academic cloak of religious skepticism. One of my friends, Sasi, spent a number of happy weekends in Serampur. Master became immensely fond of the boy and lamented that his private life was wild and disorderly. "Sasi, unless you reform, 1 year hence you will be dangerously ill." Sri Yukteswar gazed at my friend with affectionate exasperation. "Mukunda is the witness. Don't say later that I didn't warn you." Sasi laughed. "Master, I will leave it to you to interest a sweet charity of cosmos in my sad case. My spirit is willing, but my will is weak. You are my only savior on earth. I believe in nothing else. At least you should wear a 2-carat blue sapphire. It will help you. I can't afford one. Anyhow, dear Guruji, if trouble comes, I fully believe you will protect me. In a year you will bring 3 sapphires," Sri Yukteswar replied cryptically. "They will be of no use then." Variations on this conversation took place regularly. "I can't reform," Sasi would say in comical despair, "and my trust in you, Master, is more precious to me than any stone." A year later I was visiting my guru at the Calcutta home of his disciple, Naren Babu. About 10 o'clock in the morning, as Sri Yukteswar and I were sitting quietly in the second-floor parlor, I heard the front door open. Master straightened stiffly. "It is that Sasi," he remarked gravely. "The year is now up. Both his lungs are gone. He has ignored my counsel. Tell him I don't want to see him." Half stunned by Sri Yukteswar's sternness, I raced down the stairway. Sasi was ascending. "Oh, Mukunda, I do hope Master is here. I had a hunch he might be." "Yes, but he doesn't wish to be disturbed." Sasi burst into tears and brushed past me. He threw himself at Sri Yukteswar's feet, placing there 3 beautiful sapphires. "Omniscient Guru, the doctors say I have galloping tuberculosis. They give me no longer than 3 more months. I humbly implore your aid. I know you can heal me." "Isn't it a bit late now to be worrying over your life? Depart with your jewels. Their time of usefulness is past." Master then sat, sphinx-like, in an unrelenting silence, punctuated by the boy's sobs for mercy. An intuitive conviction came to me that Sri Yukteswar was merely testing the depth of Sasi's faith in the divine healing power. I was not surprised a tense hour later when Master turned a sympathetic gaze on my prostrate friend. "Get up, Sasi. What a commotion you make in other people's houses. Return your sapphires to the jewelers. They are an unnecessary expense now. But get an astrological bangle and wear it. Fear not, in a few weeks you shall be well." Sasi's smile illumined his tear-marred face like sudden sun over his sodden landscape. "Beloved Guru, shall I take the medicines prescribed by the doctors?" Sri Yukteswar's glance was longanimous. "Just as you wish, drink them or discard them. It does not matter. It is more possible for the sun and moon to interchange their positions than for you to die of tuberculosis." He added abruptly, "Go now, before I change my mind." With an agitated bow, my friend hastily departed. I visited him several times during the next few weeks and was aghast to find his condition increasingly worse. "Sasi cannot last through the night." These words from his physician and the spectacle of my friend, now reduced almost to a skeleton, sent me post-haste to Serampur. My guru listened coldly to my tearful report. "Why do you come here to bother me? You have already heard me assure Sasi of his recovery." I bowed before him in great awe and retreated to the door. Sri Yukteswar said no parting word, but sank into silence, his unwinking eyes half open, their vision fled to another world. I returned at once to Sasi's home in Calcutta. With astonishment, I found my friend sitting up, drinking milk. "Oh, Mukunda, what a miracle! 4 hours ago I felt Master's presence in the room. My terrible symptoms immediately disappeared. I feel that through his grace I am entirely well." In a few weeks, Sasi was stouter and in better health than ever before. But his singular reaction to his healing had an ungrateful tinge. He seldom visited Sri Yukteswar again. My friend told me one day that he so deeply regretted his previous mode of life that he was ashamed to face Master. I could only conclude that Sasi's illness had had the contrasting effect of stiffening his will and impairing his manners. Skeptical analysis. From astrological armlets to a precious sapphire, it sure seems like Sri Yukteswar is fond of phylacteries, which raises the question of whether it is the object's own hidden energy, unseen by normal eyes, or the subject's own faith in such that is operative. Apparently it is combinatorial and both are necessary. At least that is how Yogananda's autobiography paints it. The boy, Sasi, receives a healing, allegedly because his guru intervened, but instead of becoming more devoted to sadhana, spiritual practice, he seldom visited Sri Yukteswar again. Once more, Autobiography of a Yogi undergirds a remarkable cure with a barbed reprimand, since Sasi's illness had had the contrasting effect of stiffening his will and impairing his manners. Sri Yukteswar displays an impervious, almost disdainful demeanor towards the young boy, who asks whether he should take his prescribed medicine or not, telling Sasi that it doesn't matter since he is going to heal him regardless, but with the haughty words, "Go now before I change my mind." The way Yogananda has constructed this anecdote, or parable, it would appear that the healing was secondary to showing Sasi's ungratefulness and why he rarely visited the ashram again. Does Sri Yukteswar really have the power to cure tuberculosis? Or is it more likely that Sasi was on the road to recovery anyways, and that the guru was taking undue credit for it?